The morning sun was rising gently over the city when Mama Margaret arrived at the gate of the big company. She walked slowly, her steps steady, her face calm but her eyes sharp with purpose. She greeted the security man at the gate with warmth. "Good morning, my son," she said softly. The man straightened up and returned her greeting with respect. "Good morning, Mama. First time here?" he asked kindly. "Yes," she replied. "I was asked to report here today. Please, where do I go?" He pointed at the tall, shining building inside the compound. "That is the reception, Mama. Just go through the front steps and you will see it by the right." She nodded. "Thank you, my son. What is your name?" she asked. "Soul," he answered proudly. "God bless your work, Soul," she said as she walked on. The company compound was wide and filled with cars of different kinds. People were walking fast in neat suits. Some were holding coffee, some were on the phone, some carried laptops and files. Their faces looked busy and serious, but Mama Margaret paid them little attention. Her mission was bigger than herself. She was not here to be seen. She was here to watch, to listen, to learn, and to find the truth hidden in people's hearts. For many years, she had been a wealthy woman, known and respected. Her businesses stretched across cities, her companies employed hundreds, but all her wealth could not buy her son a wife who loved him for who he truly was. Too many women had looked at him and seen only his name, his car, his position, his money. They smiled with their lips, but their eyes searched for the bank account. They spoke sweet words, but their hearts were full of calculations. So she decided on a plan. She would hide herself. She would come as an ordinary cleaner. She would see the truth of people when they thought no one important was watching, and somewhere in this building she believed she would find the woman whose heart was pure enough to love her son, not for what he had, but for who he was. As she reached the front steps, two young staff were coming out, a man and a lady, both laughing as they looked at something on a phone. Mama Margaret greeted them gently. "Good morning. Please, where is the receptionist?" she asked softly. But the man wrinkled his nose and waved his hand in the air. "Ah, old woman, what is this smell? Did you bathe with mop water before coming here?" The lady laughed loudly and added, "Maybe her children abandoned her and she came here to disturb us. Old woman, where are your miserable children? Why are you even in this place?" The man smirked. "If your children loved you, you would not be here begging for work." The words cut deep. But Mama Margaret did not change her face. She had learned long ago that anger only feeds insult. She bowed her head slightly and repeated, "Please, where is the receptionist?" The lady pointed carelessly, "Down that hall, and please don't touch the walls. They are cleaner than you." They both laughed and walked away. Mama Margaret breathed deeply, reminding herself that dignity is not given by others. It lives inside. She walked on until she reached the reception desk, where a young woman sat with a neat smile. "Good morning, Ma. How can I help you?" the receptionist asked politely. Mama Margaret smiled warmly. "Good morning, my daughter. I am the new cleaner. HR said I should report here first." The young woman stood quickly, her smile even brighter. Yes, Mama Margaret. I was told you would come." "Welcome. Please wait a moment. I will call housekeeping to come for you." Mama nodded. "Thank you, my daughter. What is your name?" "Ada," the receptionist replied. "God bless you, Ada. Your smile is medicine," Mama said kindly. Ada laughed shyly. "I try, Mama," she replied. At that moment the air changed as a woman in a black suit walked in briskly. Her face was serious and her eyes were calculating. "Good morning, manager," Ada greeted carefully. The woman ignored her and looked straight at Mama. Her eyes moved from head to toe without kindness. "This is the new cleaner?" she asked coldly. "Yes, Ma," Ada said softly. "Housekeeping is on the way." The manager folded her arms. "We are already late. The boardroom is dusty. The mirrors are dirty. Who is responsible?" Ada opened her mouth to speak, but the manager raised her hand sharply. "Not you, her." She pointed at Mama. "What is your name?" "Mama Margaret," she replied calmly. "Listen carefully," the manager said in a firm voice. "We expect speed. We expect silence. We expect results. Do not waste time. Do not loiter. Do not disturb staff with your stories. Do not use staff bathrooms. And do not touch the executive floor unless you are called. Do you understand?" "Yes, Ma," Mama answered. "One more thing. the manager added with disdain. Try to smell less like a rotten eggs. This is a corporate environment. Ada looked shocked, but quickly lowered her eyes. Mama bowed her head gently. Yes, Ma, she said softly. The manager gave a short hiss and walked away, her heels clicking like warning drums. Soon after, a woman in green overalls came in smiling. Mama, welcome. I am from housekeeping. My name is Ruqayyat. Come, I will show you around, she said cheerfully. Together they walked through the side corridor to a small room with shelves filled with cleaning tools. This is our store. This is your cart, Ruqayyat explained. Then they began their rounds, starting with the boardroom. It was long and elegant, with shining glass and leather chairs. Mama Margaret cleaned slowly but carefully, polishing the glass until it became invisible. Ruqayyat nodded approvingly. You are different. Many new cleaners just rush, but you are careful. Clean is not only clean, Mama said softly. Clean is respect. When she was cleaning the elevator mirrors, 2 young women stepped in. One day I will marry a CEO, one said proudly. I won't waste my beauty here forever. The other laughed. Forget CEO. I just want someone with a big car. I don't care about love. Love does not pay rent. They both laughed. Mama then asked softly, What about a good heart? The women turned to her with irritation. One rolled her eyes. Auntie, a good heart cannot buy designer bags. Leave this matter. The elevator stopped and they walked out. Mama sighed deeply. If wealth is the only measure of love, then love is already lost. Later she found a young man struggling to clean a coffee stain from his shirt in the restroom. Good morning, Mama greeted. The young man looked up, embarrassed. Good morning, Ma. Use soap, she advised gently, and dab, don't rub. He obeyed. The stain reduced and his face brightened. Better, she said. Is this your first week? He nodded. Yes, Ma. I am Daniel, an intern. I was nervous and spilled coffee before a meeting. My supervisor is very strict. I thought I ruined my chance. Do not fear mistakes, Mama said kindly. Fear refusing to learn from them. Supervisors bark, but they are also human. Work hard. Keep your heart clean and your work cleaner. Daniel smiled with relief. Thank you, Ma, he said and left. Just then the manager entered. Her eyes immediately hardened. Why are you still here? She snapped. Restrooms should be done by now, and don't waste time talking to interns. They must learn to suffer. Go and finish your work. Yes, Ma, Mama replied quietly, though her chest felt heavy. Leadership without kindness is a knife that cuts even the owner, she thought. During the lunch break, Mama Margaret sat in the staff canteen, her body tired and her eyes heavy. She had been working since morning, moving from office to office, scrubbing, wiping and polishing without rest. At last, she found a corner seat and quietly opened the small food she had carried from home. It was nothing fancy, just a little rice and stew, but to her it was precious. She whispered a short prayer and started to eat slowly. Her spoon had not gone far when a sharp voice broke her peace. It was the manager. She walked in with her usual air of pride, her face twisted in disdain. Leave that food now and go and clean my office. My boyfriend is coming soon, she ordered harshly. Mama raised her tired eyes. She spoke softly. Ma, I am so hungry. I have been working since morning. Please, my child, let me eat. My eyes are turning me. The manager's face darkened. She stepped closer and hissed. Don't you ever call me your daughter, you dirty old woman. Look how smelling you are. Ugly, dirty old witch. I dislike poor people. I never liked you and I will not like you. Get up now and go clean my office. Her words pierced like knives, but Mama Margaret swallowed the pain. She had learned that sometimes silence speaks louder than anger. She stood slowly, bowed her head and said, Yes, Ma. Then she obeyed, leaving her food behind on the table. The moment she left, the manager walked to the table with a wicked smile. She looked at the food with contempt. So this is what poor people eat? Dirty food, she muttered, then grabbed the plate and threw it into the trash bin. The sound of the rice splashing inside made some staff in the canteen look up in shock, but none dared to say a word. The manager adjusted her jacket proudly and walked out. Back in her office, Mama Margaret was on her knees, carefully wiping the corners of the room. Her stomach was empty and her head was light, but she kept working. As she polished the table, the manager stormed in again, her voice sharp. "Old witch, you are still here. Hurry up. My man is on his way. Don't be slow, you smelling woman." Mama looked up at her with tired eyes. "Ma, please, have I offended you? Have we met before? Why do you dislike me so much?" The manager frowned. "It's not you. I just don't like poor-smelling people. They disgust me. Please leave my office and never ask me any foolish question again. If you do, I will fire you." "Lazy woman." Mama lowered her head. "Yes, Ma," she whispered and left. Her heart was heavy, but her spirit stayed strong. When she returned to the canteen later, she looked for her food. The plate was gone. She turned to the trash and saw it lying wasted among the rubbish. Tears filled her eyes, but she did not cry aloud. She sat down slowly, her hands trembling. "Lord," she prayed silently, "give me strength. I don't know why she hates me so much. Help me to endure." Just then, Ada, the receptionist, walked into the canteen carrying her lunch pack. She had seen what happened earlier. Her heart was troubled. She came straight to Mama and placed the food before her. "Mama, take this," she said gently. "I was supposed to eat it for my lunch break, but don't worry about me. I will be fine. Please eat." Mama looked up at her with surprise. "No, my daughter, keep your food. You need strength for your work." But Ada shook her head. "I saw the manager throw your food in the trash. That woman is very wicked. Please eat this. God will provide for me. You need strength more than I do." Tears rolled down Mama's cheeks. She placed her hand over Ada's hand. "God bless you, my daughter. Kindness is wealth. You may think you are giving me food, but you are giving me life. May God reward you." Ada smiled softly. "Eat, Mama. Don't cry. You are stronger than her insults. That woman feels she owns the world, but she will regret her wickedness someday." Mama nodded slowly and began to eat. Each bite was heavy with both pain and gratitude. She whispered, "I don't know what I did to her that she hates me so much, but God sees everything. God will judge. No one escapes the fruit of their actions." Ada sat with her quietly. "Mama, don't let her words enter your soul. You are not dirty. You are not ugly. You are precious. That manager is proud, but pride will destroy her." Mama looked at Ada with tearful eyes. "My daughter, you are a light in this place. Thank you." The next morning, Mama Margaret woke early and prepared herself for another day. She walked to the company gate with quiet determination. Sewell, the security man, greeted her cheerfully. "Good morning, Mama. Ready for another day?" "Yes, my son," she said with a smile. "We thank God for life." Inside the compound, the company was already alive with movement. Cars arrived, staff rushed in, voices echoed in the lobby. Mama moved quietly, pushing herself to be strong. She had promised herself that no insult would break her spirit. At the reception, Ada waved happily. "Good morning, Mama," she called. Mama smiled warmly. "Good morning, my daughter. Thank you again for yesterday." Ada leaned closer and whispered, "Mama, be careful. The manager is in a bad mood today. She quarreled with her boyfriend last night, and now she is throwing her anger on everyone." Mama nodded. "Thank you, Ada. God will help us." She went on with her cleaning duties. In the hallway, she overheard staff whispering about the manager. "Did you see her yesterday?" one said. "She was shouting on the phone in front of the building. Her man didn't come to see her. She was so angry." Another added, "She acts like she owns the place, but even her boyfriend doesn't respect her." Pride always comes before a fall. They both laughed quietly and walked away. Mama sighed. The one who insults others is often hiding their own wounds. Later in the day, the manager called Mama into her office again. She looked more bitter than ever. "Old woman, clean faster. I don't want to see you moving like a snail. Do you think this company pays you to eat and gossip?" Mama bowed her head. "Yes, Ma, I will work faster." The manager sneered. "You better, or else you will find yourself back on the street where you belong." Mama left quietly. As she wiped the floor, she thought, "This woman hates poor people because she does not understand that wealth can vanish in a day. She does not know that true riches are kindness and peace of mind. She does not know that insulting the lowly is a seed that grows into shame." At lunchtime, Ada came again to sit with her. She shared half of her food. "Mama, I cannot let you sit hungry," she said kindly. Mama looked at her with gratitude. "My daughter, may your life never lack helpers. You are a blessing." As they ate together, Ada said softly, "Mama, yesterday I cried when I saw the manager throw your food away. How can a person be so wicked? What if you had fainted from hunger?" Mama shook her head gently. "My daughter, some people believe wealth makes them gods. They forget that tomorrow is not promised, but every act, good or bad, has a reward. God will judge. We cannot repay evil with evil. We can only hold on to dignity." Ada nodded slowly. "Mama, you speak wisdom. I wish more people were like you." Mama smiled faintly. "Wisdom comes from pain, my child. Every insult I endure teaches me patience. Every kindness I receive teaches me gratitude. Life is a school." Ada's eyes softened. "Then you are the best teacher I know." Mama chuckled softly, though her heart was heavy. "If only she knew who I truly am," she thought. "One day the truth will come, but for now I must remain hidden." 4 days later, Mama Margaret arrived at the company gate early in the morning. Sewell, the security man, greeted her warmly as usual. They stood by the gate talking. "Mama, how are you today?" Sewell asked kindly. "I am fine, my son," Mama said softly. "We thank God for life. How is your family?" "They are well, Mama. My little boy is starting school next week," Sewell said proudly. "Ah, that is good news," Mama replied with a smile. "Train him well. Education is light. Even if you give a child gold, without wisdom the gold will be wasted. But if you give a child wisdom, he will find gold by himself." Sewell nodded. "Mama, your words are true." As they were talking, the manager suddenly walked up to the gate. Her face was twisted with anger, her eyes red as if she had not slept. She stopped and glared at Mama. "There you are, you old witch," she shouted loudly. "You are the reason my boyfriend broke up with me last night. He said he is tired of me. It is because of your bad luck." Mama was shocked. She looked at the manager calmly. "How is that my business?" she asked softly. The manager's anger exploded. "How dare you, poor woman, talk to me like that?" she screamed, and before anyone could stop her, she raised her hand and slapped Mama hard across the face. The sound of the slap echoed through the gate area. Sewell's eyes widened with rage. He could not hold himself anymore. He stepped forward, grabbed the manager's hand and pushed her back. "Enough," Sewell shouted. "You cannot treat her like this. She is old enough to be your mother. You are mannerless. Wicked woman." The manager gasped in shock. "How dare you lay your hand on me? You are finished in this company," she screamed. By then other staff had gathered, watching the scene with wide eyes. Some whispered, some shook their heads, but no one dared to speak out loud. The manager ran inside furiously, and within an hour a meeting was called. The HR officer and other heads of department gathered. The manager told her story with anger, painting Sewell as the villain. She claimed he attacked her without reason. Sewell tried to explain that he only reacted because she slapped Mama, but the manager denied it. "Mama is lying if she supports him," the manager shouted in the meeting. "This is my company floor, not a village square." In the end, the decision was made. Sewell was fired. When Mama heard the news, her heart sank. She went to see him at the small guard post where he was packing his few belongings. She found him folding his uniform slowly, his face full of sadness, but also dignity. "My son," Mama said softly, her eyes wet with tears. "Why did you do that? You should not have raised your hand against her. Now you have lost your job." Shaw looked at her, his eyes shining with pain and love. "Mama, I could not watch her do that to you. She slapped you as if you are nothing. That woman is wicked. She is mannerless. I could not stand by and keep quiet." Mama placed her hand gently on his shoulder. "I know, my son. Your heart is good. But sometimes defending someone can cost us dearly. You have lost your job because of me, and it pains me." Sewell shook his head firmly. "No, Mama, do not blame yourself. I will get another job soon. Do not worry about me. I will be fine. And Mama, when I get another job, I will help you find a better place too. You don't deserve this kind of suffering." Mama's tears fell freely now. She lifted her hands and prayed for him. "My son, may God open new doors for you. May your kindness never go unrewarded. May your children never lack helpers. I will miss you so much at this gate." Sewell bowed his head respectfully. "I will miss you too, Mama. You are a mother to me." They hugged tightly. Staff who watched the scene felt their hearts move. They saw the bond between the old woman and the security guard, a bond built on respect and kindness. Many whispered among themselves that Sewell was punished unfairly, but no one dared to speak it out loud because they feared the manager. As Sewell walked out of the company gate carrying his small bag, Mama Margaret stood watching with tears in her eyes. She whispered to herself, "The world may reward wickedness for a time, but God does not forget kindness. Sewell, my son, your good heart will lift you one day." Minutes later, Ada, who had gone outside to get something, returned to the building. She immediately noticed the tension in the air. Staff were whispering to one another. She walked quickly to the reception desk and pulled aside one of her colleagues. "What happened?" Ada asked. The colleague lowered her voice. "It is bad." The manager slapped Mama Margaret at the gate. Sewell defended her and pushed the manager. Because of that, Sewell was fired in a meeting. He just packed his things and left. Ada's eyes widened in shock. "What? She slapped Mama? And they fired Sewell?" The colleague nodded sadly. "Yes, everyone is afraid to talk. That woman has too much power." Ada's face burned with anger. She could not believe what she was hearing. She clenched her fists and marched straight to the manager's office without fear. The manager was at her desk, pretending to be busy. When Ada entered, the manager raised her head slowly and frowned. "What do you want here, receptionist? You should be at your desk." Ada's voice shook with anger. "How dare you sack Sewell? And you even slapped Mama Margaret. Who do you think you are? You wicked, mannerless woman." The manager's eyes widened. "What did you just say to me?" Ada stepped closer. "Yes, you heard me clearly. You lack home training. Your mother must be so disappointed in you. You insult an old woman who did nothing to you. You waste her food. You slap her in front of everyone. And then you fire a good man who only tried to protect her. Shame on you." The manager jumped to her feet, shaking with rage. "How dare you talk to me like that, you foolish girl? I will have you sacked immediately." Ada folded her arms and raised her chin. "Fire me if you want. To hell with you and your work. You think this job is my life? Keep it. At least I will leave here with my dignity. Can you say the same about yourself? You walk around with fine clothes and pride, but inside you are empty. You are cruel. You are a disgrace." The manager's face turned red with anger. She raised her hand to slap Ada, but Ada caught her wrist mid-air and pushed it away forcefully. "Never you dare lay that filthy hand on me," Ada shouted. "If you try it, I will beat you mercilessly. You don't know who I really am. I will beat you so much that nobody in your miserable family will recognize you. Just look at you, a useless, loose woman who uses pride to cover her emptiness. You disgust me." Staff who were passing by stopped and stared through the glass walls of the office. Whispers filled the corridor. Some covered their mouths in shock, some nodded in agreement. Nobody had ever dared to speak to the manager that way. The manager froze. For the first time, she had no words. Her hand trembled where Ada had pushed it away. She tried to speak, but only managed a weak hiss. Ada stood tall, her eyes blazing with fire. "Go on, sack me. Add my name to your list. But remember this day. Remember that someone looked you in the face and told you the truth you have been running from. You are a mannerless, heartless woman, and no amount of money or position will hide that. God will judge you." With that, Ada turned and walked out of the office, her head high. The manager stood behind her desk, still shaking with rage and humiliation. She had been insulted, challenged. She picked up her phone quickly and dialed a number. It was the direct line of the company's top boss. "Sir," she said, "I want Ada, the receptionist, fired immediately. She just insulted me in front of everyone and even stole money from my office drawer." There was silence for a moment, then the calm but firm voice of the unknown boss came through the line. "Number Ada cannot be fired. That is an order from me." The manager gasped. "Sir, but she—" The boss continued without letting her finish. "And for your information, Sewell is coming back to work tomorrow. I have given the order already. You better accept it." Before she could reply, the call ended. The manager stood frozen, her face red with shock and anger. "This boss is a fool," she hissed. "Is he sleeping with Ada?" Why else would he protect her like this? I don't even know how he looks like. He hides himself like a shadow. But he must be very proud, thinking he can order me around. Nonsense. She paced the office like a lioness trapped in a cage. Her mind boiled with envy and confusion. So Sewell is coming back. After I humiliated him. After I told everyone he was finished. How dare they disgrace me like this? I will not allow it. A week later, Mama Margaret was busy with her usual morning cleaning. She had been wiping the long corridor of the executive floor, moving slowly but carefully. She had just finished polishing the last corner when suddenly her foot slipped on the wet surface. Before she could balance herself, she fell heavily to the ground. A sharp pain shot through her leg, and she cried out softly. Staff who heard the noise rushed to her side. "Mama, Mama, are you okay?" one of them asked, but Mama could not move. She lay there groaning. Within minutes, she was rushed to the hospital. The doctors examined her and placed her on a bed. Her eyes closed, her body weak, she fell into unconsciousness. Ada arrived at the hospital in tears. "Doctor, please tell me the truth. What is wrong with her?" she begged. The doctor sighed. "She has a broken leg. The injury is serious. She will need surgery. Without surgery, she may not walk again, and the surgery costs 1 million naira." Ada gasped. 1 million naira. Where will I get that kind of money from? I don't even earn that in 2 years of work here. The doctor shook his head. If we don't operate soon, her condition may get worse. Ada wiped her tears quickly and stood firm. "Don't worry, doctor. Mama must not die. She is like a mother to me. I will find the money." The doctor frowned. "How? You are just a receptionist." Ada's eyes filled with determination. "I have a land I inherited from my late parents. I will sell it. Even if it is the only thing I have, I don't care. Mama's life is more important than land. Please give me time. I will bring the money." Before the doctor could stop her, Ada grabbed her bag and ran out of the hospital. Minutes after she left, Mama Margaret's eyes fluttered open. She groaned softly and turned her head. Her son Joseph was already standing by her bedside, his eyes filled with worry and anger. "Mother, this is getting too much," he said. "I think you have to stop this act. Enough is enough. Look at what has happened to you. This was never the plan." Mama blinked slowly. "Joseph, I slipped today. It was never part of the plan. It was just a mistake. Don't be angry." But Joseph shook his head, his voice firm. "Mama, that is the more reason you have to stop. I never asked you to do this. You chose this path by yourself. You don't need to keep pretending to be poor just to test people. You could have died today." Mama's eyes softened. "My son, don't you see? I have learned so much already. I have seen pride and wickedness. I have also seen kindness and sacrifice. I slipped, yes, but it is not a sign to stop. It is only a reminder that even in disguise, I am still human. Please don't be angry." Joseph walked out angrily. He went straight to the doctor's office. "Doctor, tell me the truth," he demanded. "How is my mother?" The doctor leaned back in his chair. "She really needs surgery for her broken leg. Without it, she may never recover fully." Joseph nodded. "Fine, how much?" 1 million naira, the doctor replied calmly. Joseph frowned. "I was told there is no deposited money yet?" The doctor nodded. "Yes, there is no deposit yet, but one of your staff, a lady named Ada, promised to raise the money. She said she will sell her only land to pay for the surgery." Joseph's face turned red with anger. "What? She promised to sell her land? Doctor, how could you allow a poor girl to make such a decision without calling me? She is just a receptionist." The doctor sighed. "How do you expect me to know? I never knew she was your mother. You both kept it secret." Joseph shook his head bitterly. "So this is what our country has turned into. If you don't deposit money, you can't be treated. How pathetic. A poor girl is running to sell her only inheritance, while I, her son, am here. It is shameful." He sighed deeply. "Doctor, just give me a call when she comes back. I hope she hasn't sold that land yet. That poor girl is very kind. She should not suffer for my family." Meanwhile, back at the company, the manager was in her office. She had just heard the news that Mama Margaret was in the hospital, unconscious after an accident. Instead of pity, her heart was filled with joy. She leaned back in her chair and smiled wickedly. "I pray that old dirty woman never makes it," she muttered. "She is so ugly and disgusting. One is down, 2 more to go. Ada and Sewell are next. Then this company will be mine to control." She laughed to herself, tapping her pen on the desk. Nobody will miss her. She was always in the way, smelling up the place with her poverty. Good riddance. But unknown to her, her wicked words were being overheard by 2 junior staff outside her office door. They glanced at each other, shocked. One whispered, "Did you hear that? She is happy that Mama is in the hospital." The other nodded. "Yes. This woman is heartless. No wonder everybody hates her." The 2 staff walked away quietly, shaking their heads. One day the truth will catch up with her, they thought. Some hours later, Ada came back to the hospital. She rushed into the doctor's office, holding a bundle of money in her shaking hands. "Doctor, please, take this," she said breathlessly. "It's 300,000 naira. I could not find a buyer for my land today because it was too urgent, but I couldn't sit and do nothing. This is everything I managed to gather. I had saved up 250,000 naira over the years, and Sewell gave me 50,000 naira from his own pocket. Please, doctor, save Mama. Don't let her die." Her voice cracked with desperation. She dropped the money on the doctor's desk and clasped her hands together as if begging for her own life. Her eyes filled with tears that spilled down her cheeks. The doctor looked at her with surprise, then slowly shook his head. "Calm down, young lady. You don't need to panic. Someone has already paid for Mama's surgery." Ada froze. "What?" She blinked in shock. "How do you mean?" "Who paid?" The doctor smiled faintly and adjusted his glasses. "It was anonymous. We received a full payment earlier. The operation has already been done. Mama is fine now. You spent several hours outside before coming back, so you missed it. Everything is fine. She only needs some rest." Ada's mouth fell open. She felt as if the floor had moved under her feet. She stepped closer, her voice trembling. "Doctor, please don't hide anything from me. Is Mama really okay? I can't stand it if something has happened to her. Please, tell me the truth." The doctor leaned back in his chair and gave her a reassuring smile. "Of course she is fine. The operation was successful. There is no danger. You should go home now. It's already late. Come back tomorrow morning. She will still be resting tonight." Ada wiped her tears quickly, still confused. "Doctor, are you sure? You are not just saying this to make me stop crying. Is Mama truly safe?" "Yes," the doctor said firmly. "She is safe. You don't need to worry anymore. Whoever paid for her surgery did a very good thing. Your Mama will wake up tomorrow stronger. All she needs now is rest, food, and your love. Go home, prepare her something good to eat, and come back in the morning." Ada stood quietly for a moment, her heart racing. She looked at the bundle of money on the table and whispered, "I can't believe this. Somebody paid for Mama? Who could it be?" The doctor smiled again, but said nothing. "Don't trouble yourself, young lady. What matters is that Mama is alive and well. Go home now." Ada slowly picked up the money she had dropped. She turned and walked out of the office, her mind full of questions. As she stepped into the cool night air outside the hospital, she whispered to herself, "I will be here first thing tomorrow morning. I must see her. I must be sure with my own eyes that Mama is fine. Whoever paid for her surgery, may God bless that person. I don't even care if it is rich or poor. What matters is that Mama lives." Her heart replayed all the moments she had shared with Mama Margaret in the office, her gentle smile, her wise words, the way she comforted her after a rough day. Tears rolled down her cheeks again. "Mama is like a mother to me," she whispered. "God, please keep her alive for me. Please don't let her die. If she dies, a part of me will die too." She reached home late, too tired to cook, but she forced herself to boil rice and fry small stew. "Tomorrow I will carry this for her," she said softly. "She must eat well when she wakes up." She packed the food neatly and placed it on the table. Then she knelt by her bed and prayed, "Lord, thank you for saving Mama. Bless the person who paid for her surgery. I don't know who it is, but bless them. As for me, I will stand by Mama till the end. She will never be alone." Ada lay on her bed but could not sleep. Every time she closed her eyes, she saw Mama's face, pale and unconscious in the hospital. She tossed and turned until finally, in the early hours of the morning, she drifted into a restless sleep. By dawn, Ada was awake again. She washed quickly, picked up the food she had prepared, and rushed back to the hospital. Her heart beat fast as she entered the ward. She prayed silently, "Please, God, let me find Mama awake and smiling." When she stepped in, she saw Mama still asleep, her face peaceful. A nurse was by her side checking the drip. "Good morning," Ada said softly. "How is she?" The nurse smiled. "She is doing well. The surgery was successful. She will wake up later today. You can sit with her, but don't disturb her too much." Ada sat on the chair beside the bed, placed the food on the table, and held Mama's hand gently. Tears filled her eyes again, but this time they were tears of joy. "Mama, I am here," she whispered. "You will be fine. You are strong. Please wake up soon. I miss your voice." She sat there quietly for hours, watching over Mama like a daughter, refusing to leave her side. A few minutes later, Ada was sitting outside the hospital on a wooden bench. She held her head in her hands, thinking deeply. She was still confused about the anonymous payment. She wondered who could have paid such a large amount of money for Mama Margaret's surgery. While she was lost in thought, a young man walked up to her. He was neatly dressed, his face calm but firm. He stopped in front of her and spoke gently. "Hello, you must be Ada, right?" he asked. Ada looked up, surprised. "Yes, that's me. Who are you?" The young man smiled faintly. "My name is Joseph. I am Mama Margaret's son." Ada's eyes widened. "Her son," she exclaimed, "but Mama never told me she had a son." Joseph nodded slowly. "Yes, I know. She never told anyone. My mother is very stubborn. She wanted to hide her true identity while working at that company. She didn't want people to treat her differently because of me or because of who she really is. She wanted to see the hearts of people. That's why she kept everything a secret." Ada blinked, still shocked. "So, you are really her son? Mama never mentioned you. She always called me her daughter. I thought maybe she was all alone in this world." Joseph smiled kindly. "No, she is not alone. She has me. And now she also has you and Sul. She told me so much about the two of you. She told me how kind you are, how you always stand by her, how you even gave her food when she was hungry. She said you are like her own child." Ada's eyes filled with tears. "She said that? Mama said that about me?" "Yes," Joseph said softly. "She is proud of you. She said God planted you in her life for a reason, and I am here to thank you, Ada, for everything you have done for my mother. You are a rare person." Ada shook her head quickly. No, don't thank me. I only did what anyone with a heart should do. Mama is a good woman. She never deserved the insults, the hunger, or the pain she went through in that company. She is like a mother to me. I could never watch her suffer." Joseph smiled warmly. "That is exactly why I am thanking you. Good people are few. You stood by her when others mocked her. You defended her when others insulted her. And you were ready to sell your only land just to save her life. I heard everything from the doctor. I know what you were willing to sacrifice. I respect you for that." Ada wiped her tears quietly. "But doctor said somebody already paid for her surgery. Who was it?" "I don't understand." Joseph looked at her directly. "It was me. I paid for everything." Ada gasped. "You? You paid?" Joseph nodded. "Yes. I am her son. Do you think I would sit and watch my mother die? Never. I had to act quickly." Ada stared at him in shock. "Oh my God. All this time Mama had a son. And not just a son, but a son who could pay 1 million naira like it was nothing. Mama, why didn't she tell me? Why was she living like that, suffering insults, working like a poor cleaner?" Joseph sighed deeply. "Because that's the kind of woman she is. She wanted to test people. She wanted to see who would show kindness to her without knowing who she really is. She said many women chased after me because of money, but none showed true character. She believed if she disguised herself as a cleaner, she would see people's true hearts. And she was right. Through her disguise, she met people like you and Sulu. You have proven that good hearts still exist." Ada's mind was racing. "So Mama is rich?" Joseph chuckled softly. More than rich. But she doesn't like to boast. She believes wealth without humility is useless. She hid her true self because she wanted to protect me from fake love and protect herself from fake people. Ada shook her head, still confused. I can't believe this. Mama acted like she had nothing. She worked so hard, she cleaned with her own hands, she ate simple food. She endured insults from the manager. Why would a billionaire mother do that? Joseph smiled. Because she is a teacher. She wanted to teach the world a lesson. She wanted to show that dignity is not in clothes or cars or money. Dignity is in the heart. She wanted to prove that kindness shines even in the darkest places. And Ada, you have become part of that lesson. Ada's lips trembled. So all this time Mama was testing us, and I almost sold my only land for her. Joseph smiled softly. That's why I said you are rare. You didn't know who she was. You didn't care. You only cared about saving her life. That is the kind of heart my mother has been looking for. Don't worry, Ada. She will explain everything to you better when she wakes up. For now, just know this. You are very important to her. She loves you like a daughter. Ada wiped her tears again, but this time they were tears of joy. She looked at Joseph and whispered, "Thank you for telling me the truth. I was so confused. I thought I was going to lose Mama. But now I have hope again." Joseph smiled again. "Mama is strong. She will be fine. Go home now and rest. Come back tomorrow. She will wake up soon, and then you will hear the truth from her own lips." Ada looked up at him, still overwhelmed. "I will come back early tomorrow. I must see her. I must hear everything." Joseph smiled warmly. "You will. Don't worry." As Joseph walked back into the hospital, Ada whispered to herself, "So Mama has been carrying such a big secret all this time. Oh, Mama, I can't wait to hear your story." The next morning, Ada woke up very early. She hardly slept during the night because her mind was on Mama Margaret. She prepared food carefully and carried it with her. She went to the junction to meet Sul because they had planned to go to the hospital together. But Sula delayed. His bike broke down, and by the time he reached her, a lot of time had already passed. When they arrived at the hospital, Ada rushed inside with Sul following closely. She went straight to the nurse's desk. "Please, where is Mama Margaret? I am here to see her," she said anxiously. The nurse looked at her with calm eyes. "Oh, Mama has been discharged." Ada's mouth fell open. "Discharged? Just like that? Without telling us?" At that moment the doctor came out of his office and saw them. He smiled gently. "You both are here to see Mama?" "Yes, doctor," Ada said quickly. "How come Mama has been discharged?" "I was here yesterday. You told me to come back today. I brought her food. How could she just go like that without even waiting for us?" The doctor smiled. "Relax, young lady. Don't be upset. Your Mama is fine. She is safe. Her son Joseph took her home early this morning. He left a message for you." Ada blinked in confusion. "Message? What message?" The doctor took out a small envelope from his desk and handed it to her. "This is the address to their house. Joseph said both you and Sul should come over any time you feel like. They want to see you." Ada took the paper slowly. "Mama? Left already? Just like that?" "Yes," the doctor said gently. "Don't worry. She is in good hands now. Go and visit her at home. She is resting." Ada then walked out with Sule. As soon as they reached outside, Ada stopped and faced Sule. Her eyes flashed with anger. "Sul, this is your fault. We were supposed to be here on time. I waited for you at the junction for hours. You delayed me. Now Mama has gone, and we missed her." Sul lowered his head. "Ada, I am sorry, truly sorry. The bike I entered broke down on the road. I tried to come fast, but it was not my fault." Ada shook her head, still angry. "Because of that, we missed our chance. I wanted to see Mama's face when she woke up. I wanted her to taste the food I cooked. Now she has gone home without us. I feel so hurt." Sul touched her arm gently. "Ada, don't worry. At least we now have her address. We will go and see her." Ada sighed heavily. "Let's just go home. We can go to Mama's house tomorrow." But Sul shook his head firmly. "No, Ada, let's go now. We don't need to wait until tomorrow. We don't even know what may happen tomorrow. Mama is alive now. She is resting now. Let's go and see her today." Ada hesitated for a moment, then finally nodded. "Fine, let's go now." They entered a bus and began the journey. The address led them out of the city into a quieter area filled with big houses and tall gates. Ada looked out of the window and grew more and more nervous. Finally, they reached the address. When they stepped down from the bus and looked ahead, both of them froze in shock. Before them stood a mansion so big and beautiful that their mouths opened in disbelief. The compound was wide, there were fountains spraying water in the garden, and 2 luxury cars were parked neatly in front. The gate itself was taller than most houses they had ever seen. Ada whispered, "Joseph said they were rich, but I never thought they were super heavily wealthy. This is beyond rich. This is something else." Sewell rubbed his eyes as if he was dreaming. "I have never seen this kind of house in my entire life except on television. My God, this place looks like a palace." He shook his head in disbelief. "How I wish they can employ me as a security man here. I will be so happy. Just to guard this gate alone, I will feel like I am guarding a whole kingdom." Ada turned to him with a small smile. "Sewell, are you not tired of being a security man? Haven't you suffered enough? Don't you dream of something bigger for yourself?" Sewell chuckled sadly. "Ada, suffering has been my middle name. I don't complain anymore. If I can get a job here, even as a gate man, I will be proud. At least here I will be treated with respect, not like that wicked manager who insulted me every day." Ada sighed and looked at the mansion again. "Still, I want more for you, Sewell. You have a good heart. You deserve more than standing at a gate." Sewell smiled faintly. "Thank you, Ada, but let's not talk about me now. Let's go and see Mama. I can't wait to see her face when she sees us standing here." After a few minutes, a guard opened the gate for them and led them inside. Their hearts beat fast as they walked through the compound, past the fountains and gardens, until they reached the grand front door. Inside, the mansion was even more breathtaking. The floors were marble, the ceilings high, and chandeliers sparkled like diamonds above them. Ada felt her knees grow weak. She turned to Sewell and whispered, "So this is who Mama really is. She has been living among us, pretending to be poor, while all this was waiting for her here." Sewell shook his head in amazement. "This is not a house. This is a paradise." Just then, Mama Margaret appeared at the top of the stairs, walking slowly but with a smile. Her leg was still bandaged, but she looked strong and full of joy. "My children," she said, her voice full of emotion. "You came." Ada and Sewell ran forward and knelt before her, tears filling their eyes. Ada held her hands tightly. "Mama, you should have told me who you really are. I thought you were all alone in this world." Mama Margaret touched her face gently. "My daughter, I hid the truth because I wanted to see people's hearts. Many smiled at me when they thought I had nothing to offer. Many insulted me because they thought I was poor. But you, Ada, and you, Sewell, you both showed me love without knowing who I was. And for that, I will never forget you." Joseph walked down the stairs to join them. He smiled warmly at Sewell and placed a big white envelope in his hands. "Sewell," he said firmly, "for your kindness, your courage, and your loyalty to my mother, here is your reward. Inside this envelope is a check worth enough money to start any business you want. No more standing at gates. It's time for you to build your own future." Sewell's hands shook as he opened the envelope. His eyes widened when he saw the huge check. "Oh my God, sir, Mama, this is too much. I don't deserve this." Mama smiled. "You deserve it, my son. You defended me when no one else dared. You lost your job because of me. Now God has used me to give you a better future. Go and build your dream." Tears rolled down Sewell's cheeks as he fell to his knees. "Thank you, Mama. Thank you, sir. I will never forget this day. I will use this money well. May God bless you forever." Then Mama turned to Ada, her eyes full of love. She took her hand and said softly, "Ada, my daughter, from the first day I met you, I knew there was something different about you. You stood by me, fed me, defended me, and even wanted to sell your only land just to save my life. You have proven yourself worthy of my heart. And now I want you to know this. You are going to marry my only son." Ada gasped, "Mama, what are you saying?" Joseph stepped forward, his eyes filled with tenderness. He took Ada's other hand. "Ada, I love you. I have loved you from the first day I saw you in the office, even when you didn't know who I was. I admired your kindness, your strength, and your courage. You are the woman I want by my side." Ada's tears fell freely now. She shook her head, overwhelmed. "Joseph, I loved you the first day I saw you at the hospital, but I never said it because I thought you were far above my level. I thought it was impossible." Joseph smiled gently. "Love has no level, Ada. True love only sees the heart, and my heart belongs to you." Ada sobbed with joy and threw her arms around him. Mama Margaret clapped her hands and laughed with happiness. "This is the day I have been praying for. My son has found the woman who loves him truly, not for money, but for who he is." A few days later, a general meeting was announced in the company. Nobody knew what it was about, but all the staff gathered in the big hall. The wicked manager stood proudly in the front row with her arms crossed, smiling to herself. "Maybe they want to promote me," she whispered to one of her friends. "After all, I am the best here." The hall was noisy with chatter until suddenly a young man walked in. Nobody recognized him. He was dressed neatly and walked with confidence. Beside him walked Mama Margaret, the cleaner everyone thought was poor. The hall went silent. People began whispering. "Who is he? Why is the old cleaner standing with him? What is going on?" The young man walked to the stage and raised his hand. His voice was calm but strong. "Good morning, everyone. You don't know me, so let me introduce myself. My name is Joseph, and I am the Chief Executive Officer, the owner of this company." The hall erupted in shock. Staff gasped loudly. Some held their heads, others covered their mouths in disbelief. "What? He is the CEO," one staff whispered. "But we have never seen him before," another added. Joseph continued, "Yes, I am the CEO. I chose to stay hidden because I wanted to see how this company was being run when nobody knew me. My mother to disguise herself as a cleaner and work among you. She wanted to see how you would treat someone you thought was poor and powerless." All eyes turned to Mama Margaret. Some people's faces turned red with shame. They remembered how they mocked her, insulted her, and treated her like trash. Joseph's voice grew firm. "Some of you showed kindness, but many of you failed the test. You mocked her. You laughed at her. You wasted her food. You insulted her age. And one of you even slapped her, especially you." His finger pointed straight at the manager. The manager froze. Her mouth opened, but no words came out. "Sir, I didn't know. I thought she was just—" Joseph cut her off. His eyes blazed with anger. "You slapped her. You called her names. You even fired Sewell, a man more honorable than you will ever be. You failed not because you didn't know she was my mother, but because you lacked respect for humanity. And for that, you are finished. From today, you are no longer part of this company." The manager fell to her knees in panic. "Sir, please forgive me. I didn't know she was your mother. Please, just one more chance." Mama Margaret stepped forward slowly. Her voice was calm but carried power. "It is not me you disrespected, my daughter. It is humanity itself. You looked down on me because you thought I was poor. You slapped me because you thought I was powerless. Your pride has destroyed you. Go and learn humility." Joseph raised his hand sharply. "Guards, take her out." 2 security men entered and pulled the crying manager out of the hall. Her voice echoed as she begged, but nobody pitied her. Everyone had seen her wickedness with their own eyes. Joseph turned back to the staff. His voice echoed in the silent hall. "And for the rest of you who mocked my mother and treated her badly, your time here is over. This company will be rebuilt on dignity and respect. Let this be a lesson to everyone. Never look down on anyone. Whether rich or poor, treat every person with kindness, because you never know who they truly are." The hall was dead silent. Staff bowed their heads in shame. Nobody dared to speak. The truth had been revealed, and the lesson was clear. Months later, the mansion was filled with joy and celebration. Joseph and Ada stood hand in hand, dressed beautifully, as family, friends, and guests gathered for their wedding. Mama Margaret sat in front, smiling with tears of joy in her eyes. Sewell was there too, standing tall as a proud businessman, already running his new shop with success. When the pastor pronounced Joseph and Ada husband and wife, the hall erupted in cheers. Ada smiled through her tears and whispered to Joseph, "I still can't believe this is real." From receptionist to your wife. God is too good. Joseph kissed her forehead gently. You deserve everything, Ada. You gave me your heart when you thought I had nothing. Now I give you mine forever. They embraced as the crowd clapped and cheered. Mama Margaret lifted her hands to heaven and whispered, "Thank you, Lord. My son has found true love. My mission is complete," and from that day on, Joseph and Ada lived in happiness, their home built not just on wealth, but on true love, respect, and kindness. Dear viewers, what lesson did you learn from this story? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Also, turn on the notification bell so you'll be the first to know whenever we upload new videos. Thank you for watching and stay blessed.